Hey guys, I just had to deal with this flippin' rude person. Jeez, what a freaking jerk that guy was. I felt like I wanted to punch him right in the face. You ever have to deal with people like that? Huh? Ugh. Sort of gets you a little wound up, doesn't it? Hey, yo, what's up? I'm Mark. Want to welcome you to Hit the Mark today. Positively impacting people every day by sharing the message of hope is what we're all about. Hey, got a question for you. How do you deal with rude people? Check this out for a second. I was doing a little research since I was so mad and found out a couple of things that dealing with rude individuals can be, I guess it can be challenging at times, and it could be, sometimes disheartening. It's just a disheartening aspect of human interaction, I guess. Rude behavior can manifest in, various forms of snarky comments to like dismissive attitudes. What are some other things, Mark? Okay, how about like outright insults and maybe some offensive actions? Like I said, they sometimes make you, as we say in the hockey world, drop the gloves, punch them in the face. Please don't do that, my friends. Here's some wisdom tips that I want to explain with you a little bit on some different ways that how you can deal with some rude people. Hope to help you out a little bit. Hey, you got to understand, how to sort of navigate such situations that are crucial for maintaining, one's composure, and that, they'll help you maybe in encouraging and more respectful and harmonious, I guess is a word, relationships. And you got to understand that to effectively handle, these rude people, it's essential to explore, or look into some of the underlying reasons why some of these people, why they act this way, their behavior. You see, often rudeness can be a product of some various factors, including, I think we're all dealing with personal stress. That's one. Number two, maybe insecurity. Number three, past experiences or maybe cultural differences. That happens a lot today with so many people from all over the world interacting with you. Recognizing that rude behavior is not necessarily a reflection of, your own actions, but maybe rooted in the individual's issues, I think is the first step maybe in developing some different types of strategies to help you cope with it. Hope it makes sense. Hey guys, let's get into the reasons maybe behind rude behavior, and let's see if we can provide some practical tips for managing these challenging interactions and maybe encourage some sort of a healthier communication and healthier relationships in the process. Here's a few causes of rudeness. I think there's a lot of them, and there's many potential reasons why somebody might, act rude towards you and other people. And, here's just a few possibilities that I found. One is like lack of empathy. Some people may, they may struggle to see things from other people's perspectives. Or maybe they struggle with understanding how their behavior might affect other people. Something to think about. And I think you got to definitely throw the word insecurity into the picture, because there's some people out there who feel insecure or maybe unsure of themselves, and they may be more likely to act rudely in order to maybe assert themselves and feel more powerful. I always like to say a lion never has to let you know it's a lion. Anyways, let's keep going. Frustration, that's another one. If someone is feeling frustrated or maybe stressed, they may be more likely to, take out their emotions on others, which leads to rudeness. And, again, back to some cultural, maybe societal factors, in some cultures, you got to remember that, or maybe in some communities too, certain behaviors that might be considered rude, and others are seen maybe as acceptable or even encouraged, believe it or not. So Personal history is definitely the next one. People who have, experienced maybe some trauma or maybe some difficult life experiences may be more likely to lash out at other people, including through rude behavior. I'm sure we've all seen that before. I want you to remember, my friends, that it really is worth noting that rudeness is often subjective and can depend on context, culture, and individual perspectives. And oh, wait, don't forget about this. It's important to remember that while someone's behavior, might be rude, it doesn't necessarily mean that that person themselves is inherently bad or mean, I guess are the two words. So, all right, my friends, let's wrap this up here. I want you to think about this. Remember that dealing with rude people can be challenging, but here's some strategies that might help. How are you going to deal with these rude people yourself? Number one, try to stay calm. That's what I try to do. Sometimes you just got to let them vent. You just listen. You try to keep your own emotions in check, and reacting emotionally sometimes can escalate the situation. Sometimes take a deep breath and maybe maintain your composure. Not always easy to do, is it? Remember, don't take it personally. Oftentimes rudeness says more about the other person than it does about you. Now, it might reflect their stress or issues rather than anything related to you. Don't forget that. And then you yourself, you need to use empathy. Sometimes understanding why someone is rude, can help possibly diffuse the situation. You see, they might be, maybe having a bad day, or maybe they're dealing with something tough. I know we've all had those daily challenges that come up. And don't forget, my friends, set boundaries. It's important. This is really important, to assertively communicate your boundaries. And you got to do this politely but firm. I believe you got to do it firm and let the person know that their behavior is unacceptable. That's okay to do that. As I finish up here, you got to be direct, but do it maybe in a polite way. You can address the rude behavior, without being confrontational. Let me give you an example. I felt disrespected by what you just said. Can we discuss this in a maybe more constructive manner? And again, the way you present the information to them, the tone of your voice, is important. So, and ignore it if necessary. In some cases, ignoring the rudeness and just walking away might be the best option, especially if the person is intentionally trying to, provoke you into something else. And that's not always easy to do, walk away. And then I think you need to seek some support. If the situation is really particularly difficult, I don't know. I try to, find some people, and maybe might be helpful just to talk to a friend or a supervisor, or provide or find someone who can provide support or maybe some wisdom and guidance for you. And then you got to focus on solutions. If the rudeness is part of maybe it's part of a larger issue that needs resolution, you got to try to redirect the conversation towards finding a solution rather than dwelling on the negativity. Whew! Practice self-care, my friends. It's important. After dealing with a rude person, you just got to do something that maybe helps you relax. I like to play the piano, or maybe regain your equilibrium. It's important to take care of your own mental and your own emotional well-being. That's very important. So remember, you can't always control how others act, but you can really control how you respond. Hey, do me a favor today. Take this information and go hit the mark today.